Hello everybody, thanks for joining me. Old guy's never really liked his vegetables, especially anything green, which is kind of funny since he has spent the last 10 to 12 years being a produce grower and selling at farmers markets. And he has decided he loves tomatoes, and he will eat a nice big tomato every day if we have fresh tomatoes growing in the garden. But it suddenly came to me actually yesterday. This is how I can give him his fresh vegetables and he can enjoy them. Because here's another thing. He told me that back when he was a child that he wished he could only drink his meals. He felt like eating was too much trouble. And that might explain why he was a skinny little kid. I think when he was 21 years old and a full-grown man, he only weighed 135 pounds and he was 6'1". So that's pretty skinny. So I'm going to show you today what I'm doing with old guy's vegetables, and he loves it. All of these vegetables come directly out of our garden and picked fresh. This morning I just went out and picked a handful of beets. I picked these carrots, which my carrots are doing pretty good. Look at this wild one. This is what happens when you don't have the greatest soil for growing carrots, but I'm glad to have that at least. And actually a few days ago I picked these little ones trying to thin things out. I've got 2 medium to small cucumbers. I picked some Swiss chard. Now he especially doesn't like green stuff, but he won't even hardly know that's in there. And then I got a nice vine-ripe tomato this morning out of the high tunnel. Well, I've washed up these vegetables and I'm just going to cut the top off of them, the beets, like that. Now you could put beet tops in, but these are getting kind of old and raggedy looking, so I'm not going to do that. After I get these tops off, I will, whoops, cut a little bit too much off of that one. I'll give them another wash, and then I'll cut the tops off of the carrots. And what I like to do is cut the ends off of the cucumbers, because I have a little suspicion that if you leave the ends on the cucumbers that they will be a little bit bitter. So I leave the peeling on, but I cut the ends off. And what I'm going to do is scald my tomato so I can get the peeling off, and I won't have the peeling in there, but I will leave the seeds. I'm going to use my Jack LaLanne juicer, and I'm also going to use my blender. First thing I'll do, get the juicer on, and I'll run the smaller cucumber down through there. And then I'll just rotate between the beets and the carrots. I like to alternate them, and then I'll end up with my cucumber because it's a lot more juicy, and it kind of cleans all of the particles off that could go down into my container here, and I can collect them all. Here's one ingredient that I failed to mention to you. It's a habanero pepper, but it's not hot, and I've been eating some of these and they are not hot. I haven't gotten anything hot off of them. I've only found one that was orange ripe like it's supposed to be, but I'm going to add these 2 little habanero peppers to the juicer because these have such a wonderful flavor. They're a fruity flavor, and I think it'll really complement my juice. Okay, I've got those things gone through, and what I'm going to do with my tomato that I peeled and cored and my Swiss chard, and I'm going to put them in the blender because this won't go well through the blender. It won't work well, and I think I want to save as much of the tomato as I can because a lot of the tomato will get lost, thrown out into the discard pile of the power juicer. In order to make that work better, I'm going to add a little bit of this juice to it so it has enough liquid to feed itself down. See how that's nicely liquefied? There won't be any chunks in that. I'll pour it all into a nice little pitcher. Looks like I leaked on my seal. I love the red of the beets. That really makes a nice drink. It's kind of fun to drink. We know that we liked salt in this kind of a drink, so I'm going to add a couple of pinches of salt and stir that in. And when old guy comes in the house, we'll have ourselves a treat. So old guy came in, and he's still outside actually, but he's going to have a drink. He's still dirty, he didn't wash up, but I'm anxious to let him try the drink here. So.
Well, I've been pulling weeds out of the greenhouses, and I came in for a short rest and some breakfast, and the boss has made some vegetable juice, and have cucumbers, carrots,
Beets.
Onions.
No
onions.
I already told him everything that's in it, so you don't have to read it off.
Okay.
But there's a couple things in there that I haven't put in for you yet, and see if you can tell the difference. So.
Well, I guess I'm a guinea pig, so I'll drink. It's really very good.
Is it too chunky?
Well, that one is. I don't know what that chunk is, but
Well, I did it a little different than I have been doing it.
it's good. The only thing I could say, for me, I need a little bit more salt.
Okay.
But the taste is good, and I think it ought to be good for us. And we need another outlet to get rid of all the vegetables we're raising, and so I think this could be a good way to use them. This is the old guy on the Neal family homestead, and just enjoying my snack before breakfast.